everyone, welcome to my live stream, and hello Exy again, right there in the literally first second. How are you doing? Yay! So happy to see Exy in the chat right away. Today is Wednesday, which means it's time for Lucky Dip. I'm running a tiny bit late, so I've only got out my sketchbook and my bowl of water. I still got to get this other stuff out, so I'll introduce it as I get it. The first two things, well actually it's three things because there's two colors here, are paints. So let me try to find those, and I honestly don't know if I have them because the acrylic paints were one of the big things that I culled a couple years ago because I just don't use acrylic paint that much. But I believe I found one of the items. It's these Golden brand, what was it called? High Flow. Oh, here it says on the side. High Flow acrylics. And these came together, so this counts as one item. The fluorescent green and fluorescent chartreuse. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but you can actually see a little swatch they put right on the bottle to show you how it's kind of translucent. So these are interesting because they come with these little nozzles, so you can just draw like this with them. So that's the first thing. Oh good, Exy says I'm alright. Yay! It's always good to hear. Thank you for asking. You're welcome. How are you? I'm good too. I am a bit tired because I've been doing some real good workouts in the morning, so my muscles are really sore today, but I'm in high spirits like usual, so that's good. Thank you for asking. Okay, so I got this item. This one I'm not sure about, so let me see. I wrote Liquitex Heavy Body Acrylic in Muted Green. Let's see if I have that. Let's see, Liquitex. No, that's another golden. Yeah. Oh, I have it. Yay! Here it is. Liquitex Heavy Body Acrylic in Muted Green. So this is actually kind of the opposite of these because these are high flow. So that means they're really watery. And I haven't used them in a long time, so you can see the separation here, the liquid from the solid. So I'm going to have to shake these a bunch. This is like the opposite because it's heavy body, so this is going to be interesting because this is meant to be really thick and chunky, chunky paint. Okay, so that's two of the items on my 4-item list. And then for anybody watching now or watching the recording later who has never watched one of my my lucky dips, I'll explain exactly what I'm doing in a second after I get my items out. Okay, so nice. Just like the acrylics, the remaining two items should be in the same spot together because they're both graphite. So, I've got my graphite pencil storage case. So let's see. One of them I know exactly what it is, and it should be in the back here. Yes. There we go. This is the right hardness, right? Yep. Okay. It's this Lyra graphite crayon, which is super fun because it's giant. This is the biggest graphite thing I have. And I liked it so much that I actually bought separately because I got this in an Art Snacks box or something. I bought the sharpener, the giant pencil sharpener for it. I don't think I'll need it though, but yeah, I have this just in case I ever need the giant pencil for the giant graphite. So that's one of the two remaining items, both graphite items. Sports, good, says Exy. Yeah, I realized earlier this year that if I do a workout first thing in the morning, then I'm jazzed up for the rest of the day. So today it was a run. I've been doing, I don't know if they have it in your country, but they released the Marvel Move app, and it's from the Zombies Run people. So I've been doing a run 3 days a week with Thor and Loki and going through the story with them, and it's super fun. So I really like running by itself. And then add on this, like, comic book story where you're, like, the center of the story. It's like, I look forward to my run so much now. So, anyway, that's what I did this morning. So this last item, Art Graph water-soluble pencil. So I actually have several water-soluble pencils, so I gotta find which one it is. This one is the Generals. I wonder if I even... This is also Generals. I wonder if I have it. I might need to Google real quick what this... This is a colored pencil. Google what it's supposed to look like, because I'm not really seeing it. This is Drafting, Cedar Point. These are all black wings. That's not water-soluble. Is it over here? Ho ho! I think I found it. I need to put it on the other side with the water-soluble pencil there. Yeah, this has got to be it. It says water-soluble right there. So here is the last item for the random items that I chose. Art Graph, water-soluble, 2B. So it's the same hardness, same boldness actually, because B as this, but this one's water-soluble. This one, I've never tested it. It doesn't specifically say that, so well, I guess we'll find out. I love this one. It's so shiny. It's like silver. Okay, we'll get this out of the way. Oops, sorry, Aoife. The big dog, Aoife, she's laying in the bed here, but her head is all out, and I almost stepped right on her nosy. Okay, let me roll up my sleeves a little bit. I need to get, you know, there's those like art sleeves so that you don't have to worry and it keeps your sleeves out of your way or something. I've been thinking about that. But I just need to wear short sleeve shirts and remember to put them on before I start working. Okay, so I've got water for these. I have this paintbrush, which I had from last time, so maybe this will be good enough. Worst case scenario, there's more paintbrushes like 4 feet away over there. Oh, I need my reference book, and then I shall explain what I'm doing. Exie knows what I'm doing. Exie has been helping me, helping me make decisions about stuff. Okay, so what my lucky dips are, again, for anybody who's never seen one before, watching the recording later, or watching for the first time today, I have a spreadsheet of like all my random art supplies, and then I go to random.org and generate 4 numbers within the range of that spreadsheet. And then that's what these are, so that I have 4 items. Oh, Wolf is here. Hello, Wolf. How are you? Thank you for that adorable axolotl emo. It's so cute. Oh, I got distracted again. So then I take those 4 items, or 4 groups of items, because like this one came with 2 items. And then I've been going through my pose books, my pose reference books. So this is the Swordsman book. And I've just been going through and drawing something from it, or drawing the whole scene, or whatever it is. So that's what I'm going to do again today. The first thing I like to do before the main piece is swatch everything. And also see like how does it work with each other and on all that kind of stuff. So, oh, let's skip this page because it bled onto there. We'll just skip that one. Okay, and put this on here. Actually, let's put it over here today. Put it on this side. Since I'm left-handed, I feel like this is better because then my hand is on here and doing the swatches there. Okay, so I guess let's test. I had an idea. I wanted to do these side by side and see like, okay, thinking about it. Okay, first let's just test it dry. So here's the Lyra graphite crayons. So these are great because you can just cover a huge amount really fast. And they're also very nice, like consistency. They go down very smooth. Okay, and then I'll do another swatch to put water on, just to see, because sometimes graphite is not specifically made to be water soluble, and yet it moves around quite a bit. So we'll see. Now this one, we'll do the same thing. I'll move it like this. So here's what it's like dry. And not surprising, it's very similar looking because they're both 2B. So B stands for boldness. The opposite side is hardness, and then the graphite ends up looking lighter because the lead is, the core is harder. So this one will be the water. Put water on this one in a sec. Oh, I might need another test spot, but we'll see. Okay, so let's do little water on these two. Let's do the one that specifically, no, let's do the one that doesn't not specifically say that it's water soluble. Yeah, it does still move around quite a bit. Even though it doesn't say that. It doesn't specifically say water soluble. So this will be interesting because maybe they behave exactly the same and you're just like, what's the point? But that's what random is. Wait. Yeah, because I did this one and this one, right? These are the same. And then these are the same. Yeah, it's surprising. This is definitely... Oh, I hate this paper. This paper is pilling and little pieces are coming up. Okay. So now this is the one that specifically says that it's water soluble. This does not say that. It just says graphite crayon. No. That's pretty much it. Oh, wow. But this one is definitely meant to be. Did you see that? It just, boom. I hardly had to do anything, and look how dark it got. Well, this is exactly why I tested it, because some graphite still moves around, but the water-soluble ones, where they're designed to be water-soluble, this is a totally different thing. Well, that's good to know. It's good to know that this one will move around with water, so I think that I'll want to save this for after I do this, because otherwise we won't be able to tell the difference. So I can get some dry techniques out of this one and then get the wet techniques out of this one, because they're both 2B graphite, so otherwise they're so similar you wouldn't be able to tell the difference without applying some water. Okay, so we've got those. Okay. Now I'm going to have fun for a second, shaking these very old and separated. The solid and the liquid are separated. So I've got to shake the heck out of these. Alright, I shake them on the screen so that it's something interesting for you. I think these are even supposed to have like a little, like a ball thing in it so that it helps shake it, but I think it's stuck. If it has it. Maybe I'm misremembering. Okay, we're getting there. It's been years since I used these ones. It's like paint maracas. I need a beat. Oh, look! You can hear there is a ball. It's coming loose. Now it really is like maracas with a single little ball inside. The yellow one is still not free. This one is. The little shaker mixer ball. Or it's like playing the drums. This one's shaking pretty good, but it's still... Oh yeah, there's still... I'm going to put more effort into this one. Oh, I think... The emotes in the chat are like giving me energy. They're all so bouncy too. I can hear this one is... Can you hear that? It's starting to come loose. Oh man, this is hurting my deltoids. It's kind of weird. Yes, more energy emotes. Okay. I'm checking to see if there's any more solids stuck on the bottom, but I think I got it. Yay! How about this green one? Any more solids? It's hard to tell over here, but I think that it's not, I think there's not any because it looks all bubbly. Ah, we did it! Thanks for helping me with that, you two. So let's try these. These are the golden high flow acrylics. They come with these little nozzles so you can just use them directly. So I think that's what I'll do because that's pretty fun and different. I don't know, what's nice, spending that time had the added benefit of like, these are pretty dry, so let me try. Oh, it just comes right out. Let me try drawing on top of these. Oh, you can just make little blips. Okay, how about the yellow? Let's do the same with the yellow. Yeah. Bloop. And then you can draw. Ah, these are, I remember. These are pretty fun. I like these. Okay. Since it is acrylic still, even though it's high flow, I want to make sure to close and wipe these nozzles before I let them sit for any period of time, because that acrylic is, sometimes if it dries, that's that. I mean, I guess with these, worst case scenario, I would just take the lid off and I just couldn't use the nozzle anymore. I have to find a new nozzle or something, but I prefer not to do that. Look at the fluorescent colors stand up so much on this towel that I've been using. Oh man, that was a workout. And I was already saying how I'm tired from my morning workout so far this week, and now I just do a little. Man, it's so weird. It worked the front of my shoulder. Okay, so I tested those. I think they look really cool. The yellow shows the graphite more, even though this patch is darker. The green doesn't show. It does show a little bit through, but the yellow seems to be more translucent, which tends to be the case in general with paint. That yellow is just more translucent than any other color. Okay, so I'm squishing this up because this is another one that, because I just don't use acrylic unless I need a really specific application, and usually that's some small detail work, so I'm sure I have not used this in ages either. So I'm squishing it up, hopefully to mix it up. Oh, and I need my palette too. Okay, hold on. I don't have to go very far, just go behind me. Get my favorite porcelain palette. Continuing to squish up the tube. Okay. Este mío. Let's try it. So what happens when a paint tube sits for too long? This is why I usually like watercolor pans more than tubes, but it'll have the medium start separating from the pigment, and so it'll have like a bunch of liquid stuff come out with like no color in it. So we'll see. Oh, this is already looking good though. Ah, excellent. Yay, no problems at all with that. No problems at all with separation. Nice. I'll lay that down so we can see it. Okay. First, I guess I'll try it without any, because it is this heavy body, so the point is that it's thick. It's designed to go on nice and thick, so I won't thin it out with water. To start, just do some thick application. And yeah, I was thinking that something like this. So first, I'll dip my brush in water and then do a little. I I gotta say it's much prettier with water because it looks like watercolor. I prefer watercolor. Okay. I'll hold it up though. You can judge for yourself. I'll hold it up, but I really do think it looks much more pretty thinned out with water. I'll hold it up real quick before I do the other idea I had. Oh, come on. Focus. Like you can see, it's almost like a jewel you can see, but the patch that's not thinned out is just almost looks just black. But this one, I thin it out. Ah, look at that beautiful emerald green color coming out. Okay. So the other thing I was thinking, because it's this thick paint, might be nice to get a palette knife out. If I can find it. I think it's in here in my closet. Haha, yes. Boom. It's even the same brand. Whoops. Liquitex. Oh, you can't see because it's white on white. It's just a raised Liquitex. What is that? Name? Symbol? No. Like the branding. Anyway, let's do a little impasto. Impasto is when you use really thick paint. I had to try it in some of my classes, like, because they required you to do it so that you could test out a different technique. I'm not a fan though, because it takes forever to dry because it's really thick, but this is kind of fun. It is fun to do something different. And using the palette knife as well, you can smear it and like, oh yeah, and it like brings the color out more because you can use the edge, turn it on the edge and like kind of scrape it too. And then you can get these cool textures that you wouldn't get with a brush. It's like, look at this. I love this. Here, I'll hold it up in a second. I know I'm telling you to look at it and it's like tiny. I'll hold it up so you can look at it. Exie already says looking so good with this just a test swatch sheet. Nice. I'm glad you think so. Palette knife with watercolor. Well, this is actually acrylic, but it does have more of a watercolor look than the than oil would. But I remember in my acrylic class, my professor was like, you do a lot of watercolor, don't you? You're using them just like watercolors. Basically, she was trying to be nice about telling me that I should try to use them like acrylics. And it's like, but I don't want to do acrylics. You know, kind of obstinate. So, but that said, you can totally use the palette knife with watercolor. You just need to use a tube watercolor instead of the pan, because the pan you can't really get a thick thing, but you can use a tube, like watercolor, it comes in tubes just like this, so you can totally do that too. Here's that. Oh yeah, me too. That's what I'm showing it. Actually says love the texture it gives on paper. Yes, it's fun. And then here's those like just thick daubs of paint, and you can see more. So like applying it with the brush without thinning it out, it's still like that super thick and like almost black. Thinning it out with a brush brings out the color, but using the palette knife, I feel like you can't see it as well on the camera, but you can still see like little streaks of the, I feel like the true color, that's in my head, but the true color starts coming through. And then even over here, I can't really get it to show it, but it shows the color a lot better than this one. I think those are good for my swatches, although I got some graphite on here already. It's okay, it's okay. Let's see what pose we're doing today. So I'm pretty sure we did this one last time. So we're gonna do this one, I think. Yeah, it's gotta be. Because we did Yeah, because we did this section of it. So we'll move on to this one. What do I want to do, though? Oh, I gotta think about this. Okay, I'm gonna put my little bookmark here and get some clips to clip the book. Wait, I don't want to forget that the bookmark is there. I'm gonna put it over here. No book, stay open. Okay, clip and clip. And also, as usual, it takes half the time just to swatch and test. So I've got to do something that's kind of fast. So I've got about half an hour to actually make a drawing with these. Maybe I shall. So, I can't really fit the whole thing. But if I move this, which we don't really need to see anymore, then I can move this closer so that the whole picture's on. Haha! There. Yay! Oh. I want to do it this way. Okay. But this is much, okay. I'll just do my best. I want to flip this over, but then this part is not very well lit in my workspace. So I'll just do my best to keep my hand off of this stuff. Okay. Let me get a drink real quick. I just have my usual delicious mineral water. Ah! Okay. So, let me see. Maybe... Oh, that would be super cool. I don't know how to use it. I'm thinking it would be really cool to mix the water-soluble graphite with the acrylic. I didn't test. Oh, but these are still, like, these are still wet, even though they're the second thing I put down. So I think they're going to have to be last. I was thinking it could be cool to draw the picture with these. Or, like, just draw a general shape or something. But they're still wet, so I don't have time to wait for them to dry. So they're going to have to go last. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? How am I going to depict anything? Well, I guess I could just depict the overall shape. That's what I'll do. Especially because these are nice and dark. So maybe I'll just depict these overall shapes using the acrylic. And then put graphite in the background. And then I don't know, I'll figure something out. Figure something out. Okay. What do I want to do? I want to palette knife it? Yeah, let's do it. Try. We're gonna do like abstract acrylic painting style. It's just a really general depiction of the overall shape using the big palette knife. I mean, this isn't a big palette knife, but it's bigger than what I usually use. Bigger than my little brushes that I prefer. Ooh, I kind of like it though. Ah, this is fun. Yeah, this is why it's fun to do a lucky dip. To do things you never do. Otherwise, I'd never do this. It gets a blip gets on the tip of the knife, so I turned it over to try to get it back off. Ah, this is fun. Let's do the streak. Oh, not really much came off. There we go. Streak for the scabbard there. And then the, oh, come on, man. Let's do the sword. It has to be way thicker than what it actually is because there's nothing that's coming off. What if I do this? I'm trying to get paint on the side, but it's not working. Gotta do it on the flat part, apparently. Okay. Boom. I just plopped a whole bunch more on. Oh, but he's got some feet. Let's add the feet in. And this is actually super fun. It's so different from my more usually like super precise stuff. It's kind of nice. And then I'm gonna like etch while it's still wet, etch some of these lines that I'm seeing. And then they should dry that way if I don't go over them with anything else. So I can like depict the collar here. There. One person. There's one person. I need more paint. That's a surprise. That does not usually happen. So I'm usually quite conservative with my paint application. You need more when you're doing the impasto style. This isn't even really impasto. It's not thick enough. I mean, it is pretty... It's way thicker than I'd normally do, but impasto is like, oh, like huge globs. And usually it's like on a really big canvas so that you can stand back like 20 feet and it just looks like a photorealistic image. And then you go up close and you're like, whoa, I'm surprised that color is in that spot or whatever. It's going to be really fun. I love when I go to art museums and art galleries to stand really far back from pieces and then stand really super close to pieces and examine them both ways. Okay, so the crouching person's head is right about here. I'm purposefully leaving this spot undone because the obi here is so bright. It's actually brighter than a lot of the background. So I think that's kind of cool to leave it. Okay. And let's make this sword meeting this other sword. This is super fun. Oh, really? You think so? Yeah. Looks like Japanese art, Exie says. Here's a close-up. Man, it really does not... the camera doesn't seem to be picking up the color quite as well as what I'm seeing with my naked eye. But at least you can see the thickness of the paint and sort of lines that I put in there on purpose. There's real super close up. Those cool little specks just coming off, just organically happening because of the palette knife. I recommend this if you ever just want to have fun with acrylic. Just get a palette knife and go to town. Okay, clean off my palette knife. Because again, acrylic, I am so, I have ruined palettes and stuff. Like paint palettes, especially plastic ones, by forgetting and leaving the acrylic paint on and not washing it off promptly before it dried, and then it's like you can't get it off. It's just this like thick, bumpy texture that's on there forever, and then, yeah. It's not a happy time for me when I do that. So let me clean this off as well as I can without having any soap or anything. And hopefully this will be good enough. Because I think I'm done with this. Now I want to add in, and I was going to see what happens. It's going to be a total experiment. But I want to add this and then that's what I'm saying. Add this. No, and it was this one. I add this. the art graph, oh no, I got paint on myself. Well, that happens. Okay. Art graph water soluble 2B pencil. And then maybe I'll just do like some wavy, like, okay, yeah. And then I will paint on it, and then maybe some of the acrylic comes out, you know, because it touches the water. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a fun experiment, I think. Because some of this acrylic is going to be bone dry already. The thin parts, like, they're not going to move. But these really thick parts, if I put water on them, I bet they will move. When I put water on them, I mean. So I have like a wave coming through, and I'm going to try to remember to protect this area with the OB. Oh man, my shoulder still hurts from shaking these dang bottles. Oh. It's probably because I'm using this hand very precisely to do this part. Do I just like want one? Yeah, let's just do one line of this darker water-soluble graphite. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh yes, awesome! I purposefully reached with the brush and touched the acrylic, and it got this nice little streams of color entering. Ah, fun! It's like, okay, and this one. I said I wasn't going to use this sketchbook anymore, but even with the pilling paper, I just keep forgetting to buy a new one, so I guess I'm just going to go ahead and I'll just keep using it. What the heck? Okay, so maybe I'll do like, so I've got some like residual material on my brush, so I'm going to just create a line with it. Yes, fun! Oh, welcome back! Wolf says, just got back. Is that the green for the subjects? Yes! I'm doing this picture, and I just did a silhouette style. So like I left this OB on purpose, this white part. So I gotta do something on the back. So actually, I'll use this big Lyra crayon, which is technically not water soluble, but it does move when I apply it. But this one, I will not apply water to it. It's just going to be a strip of dry graphite. Oh man, I gotta be careful because this dang stuff here is still wet. And then this way, there's let's add a little bit more. There's something to block off the back side of the OB and let it be visible. Like working in the negative space. Okay. I'm getting it in the paint a bit, but that's okay because I got the paint in the wet version too, the wet graphite. I just don't want it to dry on there so that next time I use this, I'm like, why? Why did it put green paint on my picture that I wanted to only be graphite? That probably wouldn't happen because I just don't do pictures like that, but... Let's do another. Yeah, this is nice. I like this. And then we're gonna add these pops of fluorescent. Oh, you can't even see them. They're out of the screen. Boom! We are still waiting for our turn. Actually, I really like it. I really like this. This green with the graphite together, it's just very nice. Very, very nice. I'm just like kind of in the zone. I realize I'm not talking very much, but I'm just like, this is so relaxing. And then like the fan on my computer is this nice hum and okay. Next, and also the last items to use. Oh man, I really, I pulled my shoulder muscles shaking these because it hurts. It hurts to shake them. Okay. Oh, I know. I bet I can control the flow by opening this not too much. So I just want to put some streaks in to kind of match with the other streaks I've got going on. Okay, let's do a green one. And maybe if I make it really tiny, but I do. Nope, it just drips out normal size. I thought it might do like some cool little tiny drips like that, but no, it's just gonna be normal. Nice, I didn't think of this before. I could put the nozzle into the water. Boom! Okay. Now I kind of want to do the same thing a little bit. Little yellow drops. Oh, maybe I closed it a little too much. Yellow drops? Yellow drops? Maybe? No? There we go. Ooh, I gotta be careful though. I don't want to get it on my reference book. What if I mix some of them? Oh yeah, what if I mix some of them? This is a crazy combination of items. These fluorescent colors stand out so much. The other colors are like this nice dark I don't know, they have like a gray rainy day kind of palette. And then it's like add fluorescent. It just doesn't match at all. Now what? I still got time. Because doing this with palette knife was so easy. I grabbed this. Maybe we do a little something. Oh yeah. Ooh, interesting. That was a very juicy part. I see. It's still pulling some of the... It's still pulling some... Let's get it on these figures. So that it's not just like a random background. Like, they are part of this. I'm using the tip to make some like opposite lines. What a crazy piece. These fluorescent colors do not match at all. They didn't, even though one is green. Maybe if I had used just the green, but then the yellow is like, whoop! Yellow wants to stand out. Yay! Exie says I love it. Yay! It's this weird piece. Oh, so much. I'm gonna have to get a new towel. Oh, I have one more direction I can fold it. This towel is starting to get to the point where I might get a fresh towel, but I like to reuse them as much as possible. The only thing I would like, but now I don't know if it's possible because these test ones are still wet. But I would like to get a little bit of precision. Something that stands out with, because it's precise. But let me think about, maybe if I use this? I need a sharpener for it. Let's see. I guess I'll go over here. I have sharpeners in multiple directions. I had to decide which one I wanted to use. Let's just use this one. This sharpener is pretty cool because it's a 4-in-1, so it has 4 different sizes of pencil sharpening capabilities, I guess. So you can just have one sharpener and be able to use a variety of pencils. There we go. Just wanted a little slightly more. Hey, it kind of matches. This looks vibrant until you put it next to this fluorescent paint and you're like, oh, it's so dull looking. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do though, because it's so, I mean, I guess I can just, what am I gonna do? Maybe I'll just do some lines like this. I won't be afraid of the paint. Nah, I won't be afraid. Besides, this is a water soluble, so worst case scenario, I bet I could just rinse the tip in the water and then it will just rinse away. Hopefully. We'll see. The paint is getting all globbed up on the tip of the pencil. It's very interesting. I didn't expect that. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna try it. I don't know if I've ever done this before. Swiping like shaking my pencil in the... Oh yeah, it comes right off. Nice. Oh, that's good to know. You can just put it in the water and it swipes right off. You get some paint on here. This is a huge mess. I'm showing up close. I don't know what else I can do to it. Anybody have any ideas? Because we've got 10 minutes left. If not, that's fine. We don't have to do anything more if it seems good. This is so... It's such a weird piece. But it's fun. It is so fun to just mess around. Especially that palette knife. And we've got all of the items used. Thank you. Looks surreal in a good way. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Hope says extra time, not rushing. Ah, cool. Oh, yeah. Actually says, I don't know why, but it feels like Star Wars. Oh, I guess I could turn it right side up. Yeah, because you can't even tell. Because Star Wars is based very much on the samurai culture. So, especially original Star Wars, like their outfits and stuff for the Jedi. And I don't know if anybody has been watching the new Ahsoka show. Of course, I won't say any spoilers, but there are some characters that it's like, their outfits are just literally like space samurai. So, yeah, makes sense that it would be like Star Wars. Also, because these are bigger. Ooh, good idea. Thank you for that idea, XE. Let's just draw a streak on these and they'll be lightsabers. Yeah. There, only one of them is a sort of actual Star Wars lightsaber color. Oh, no, wait. Rey had yellow. Right? I think so. I think Rey had the yellow side lightsaber. And I'm pretty sure other characters in, like, the books and stuff had yellow. Ah, it's coming out too much! Woo! Okay. Now they have lightsabers. But these are so liquidy that they're very, they mixed into each other immediately. But that's cool. Okay, hold on. A little piece of dried acrylic. Throw it in the trash. Okay. Thanks for that awesome idea, Exie. Now they have lightsabers. So I guess it's Rey versus Luke. Because it's yellow and green. Rey is winning. Because Rey is standing up. Well, maybe we've got like 6 minutes left, but I couldn't think of anything else to do to it. Also, it's very wet still, so there's not too much more I can do to it without it just becoming like super, it's already so like muddy. I guess I'll hold it like this. Right side up. With the lightsabers. Boom! Very interesting. Very interesting combination of items. I don't know anything what these fluorescent colors would just go good with, other than more fluorescent colors, though, to be honest. Thank you. Exie says, lovely. Thank you. Yeah, I guess we'll just call it good 5 minutes early because there's not much to do while waiting for the rest of it to dry. So that's probably good enough. Doesn't always have to be exactly an hour stream, I think. So yeah, we'll call it good there. Oh yay, I'm glad to hear it. And you're welcome. Exie says, thank you for the stream. It was fun. Yeah, I will be back then. And hopefully I'll see you then on Friday for Chibi Friday. And I really think we'll be able to finish that emote. And then I'll be able to get it uploaded. Yes. And give you guys an emote. And hopefully you like it. And hopefully you use it. Okay. So that's it for today. My mind went blank. Yeah. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching.